What's up, everybody? Uncle Phil, back in the garden. Uh, Had some death. Not good. Um, the drought continues. It has still not rained at all. Rained for about 5 minutes. That's from the sprinkler. Rained for about 5 minutes the other day. 5 minutes. Other than that, we hadn't had rain in 2 months. So everything is cooked. Very unfortunate. And we still have 2 zucchinis alive, but nothing, they're probably pretty much cooked too. I got some cantaloupe started. Probably going to be too hot for them. Back here, these gourds, the loofah gourds, they sprouted. Let's see if they start growing. I'll stick a trellis in for those. These peppers are doing all right. There's a couple back here. There's 2 over there. Another one there. Tomatoes are looking pretty good. They seem to be coming on all right. Tragic. Gone. And these tomatoes have tough, keep them watered. Just endless water. Just to barely keep them alive. And every day it looks like this. Starts thundering. It's like, nah, not gonna rain, sorry. Go back out and water some more. So far I've picked 1 tomato off of here. And I'm running into this problem right here. Just getting bugged out before they get big enough to ripen. So we need some rain. That's what I'm saying. We need some rain. And today, I got to pick these cucumbers because we're going to go inside and start a jar of pickles with whatever I've got. And after we get the pickles going, it's time to can the sauerkraut. So I'm going to do that today and just get it done because it's not going to do itself. Another thing, we did have some okra come up. There's 2 there. There's 1 here. It's not looking great. Got 1 there. So, looks like something's coming up here. We'll see in the next day or 2. But that could be promising if it rains and maybe if I water extreme amounts. I don't know, we'll see. Speaking of watering, I'm going to turn that on now. Actually, pick these cucumbers first. Well, let's get to picking. And then I will get the water turned on. Just water again, because it's definitely not going to rain. So let's go through here, pick these. Whatever's in here, there's going to be some that are too big. Let's see here. I know there's some hiding down in here. Let some get too big again. Like this one here. That is just too big. Way too big. Down in here. That should be max size. hour day. Alright. Another one too big. It's too big. Should have brought a basket out. I didn't know there was going to be this many. That's a perfect size. Oh, I'm gonna have to do something with these jumbos. I guess I'm gonna be making some spears or some chips or something. Those are too big to go in whole. I believe that's it. I think we missed one. That will kill the production of the plant. So hopefully we didn't miss one. Especially miss a big giant one. I think we're good. So we'll take these in and I will see you in the kitchen. We'll figure this out. And just like that, found another one. Not paying any attention. Here's another one. Now we're headed to the kitchen. Alright, so we're here in Uncle Phil's kitchen. And I make refrigerator pickles, you know, as far as dill pickles go, because they're easy and you can constantly add new ones in as they come off the vine. So I make a large amount of brine to start with and keep it in the refrigerator, and then I just add more pickles into it as we go through the year. That seems to work pretty good for me. So I have got 8 cups of water. That's going to go right into my pot. And a generous 4 cups of vinegar, white distilled vinegar. We're going to go ahead and crank the heat on that. And then we've got 4 tablespoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of sugar. We're going to heat that just to the point where everything dissolves. Then we're going to take it off the heat and let it rest till it gets to about room temperature. Then we will pack the jars. So it'll be like 5 minutes for this to get to the point we need it to, and then probably half an hour to cool it. So I will see y'all back then. Alright, so the brine has cooled sufficiently. In the meantime, I've cut those big giant cucumbers into spears. That was 2 cucumbers, the biggest ones. Went ahead and stuffed the jar with dill and smashed garlic. And with 2 of the second biggest, I went ahead and made chips out of that, right? Rounds, whatever you want to call them. Same thing, stuff some garlic and dill in there. So with the rest of these, they're going to all hopefully go in here, which may or may not happen. At this point, I better put some of this in. Fair amount of dill. Okay, we get these last ones in. I believe so. Just like that, they're in. So, start with this. Fill the sucker right to the top. Oh yeah. Take care of these. Right, and the rest is going to go into this jar. Put the last of the garlic, just a little bit of dill. Alright, and that will be for the next batch that comes off. We'll have more brine. Then it's just as simple as putting these in the refrigerator for, I don't know, I think about 2 weeks, but they say you can eat them after a week. I wait 2 weeks, especially on the whole ones. Let the whole ones sit probably a month before I touch those. But that's it. Simple, easy. You can use the leftover brine to pickle whatever else you want, you know, whatever you got. So next, it's on to the sauerkraut, because that's got to get done tonight. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. Alright, so it's been 5 weeks. It's time for the big reveal. So, looks like it might be okay. Let's take this weight off of there. Alright, so let's peel all these leaves off the top. There it is. Smells really good. Probably could have chopped it up finer, but it's alright, because we're gonna now simmer it in a pot and get it warm enough to hot pack in the jars, and into the canner they'll go. So I'm going to transfer this right here over here to this pot right here on the left, and once I get that simmered down and heated up, I will show you packing it in the jars. Alright, so this is now at a simmer. So it is hot enough to go into the jars. I've got this canner at a rolling boil. So it's ready to go. I've got all my lids right here, ready to go into this water back here. Alright, let's pack these jars. Alright, so I've definitely overfilled a couple of these. So, see how it goes. Hopefully they seal up alright. But holy moly, we got a ton. It's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. So we're going to be doing some of these family size eventually. Hopefully I got enough jars to do family size ones. The good news is it tastes good, so I feel confident giving it away. Don't over tighten. Don't under tighten. Tight and then just a touch more. That's all there is to that. Alright, a little bit. Resistance. Let's give resistance a touch more than that. Now the scary part. Now, stack them in. Nice and easy. Touch them, but close enough. Alrighty, there it is. Crank the heat. Get this back up to a rolling boil. And now we're going to dunk them. 20 minutes process time for these. And once we move up to quart size, we'll be doing 25 minutes. Quarts. These pints, 20 minutes. Alright, let's go nice and slow. Back there, 6.5. Alright, timer, 20 minutes. Alright, so I've scrounged up every jar I can find. Every one dirty or clean. So, hopefully this is enough. I don't know if it's going to be or not. We've got 10 minutes left on the timer. So, I'll go ahead and finish packing these. We will see if I have enough space. I'm thinking I might. Once I bring out these big ones, they should start disappearing quick. Alright, so while that finishes up 19 minutes, I'll go ahead and get this corn shucked. I've happened to find out today, 30 cents an ear. Usually I would hold out until I could get the Zellwood corn, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So I went ahead and picked this up since it was 30 cents an ear. Didn't even know what I was getting. Looks like it's bicolored. That's cool. So I'm going to shuck all these in preparation for taking that kernel off the cob. And then I've got a new vacuum sealer. So I can vacuum seal this corn up, put it in my freezer. So I'm going to do that while the rest of that sauerkraut finishes. Remember when I said that my mom gives the best gifts? Right here, the corn zipper. That's just another example of something I did not know that I needed until I had it. But does that make taking that off of there much easier? Flopping around with a knife. tell you, I have been trying for weeks to make a fishing video. I must say, props to all the fishing video YouTubers, because holy crap, talk about hard to figure out how to portray what I want to portray, much less catching fish on demand. So keep staying tuned for that. There will be fishing videos eventually. Don't dare bleed. Doesn't have enough to bleed. So, I'm not a huge fan of plastic, but reusable plastic, not so against. At least whatever I have, I'm going to use. And I happen to have this box right here of reusable zipper bags that I accidentally bought, and I happened upon the device to use with these at the thrift shop last week, so I'm going to use it. 6 bags. Start with a 1 cup measure on each one. Let's see where that gets us. Alright, and we take this little vacuum pump here, line it up over that hole, and we press. Looky there, vacuum sealed. Super cool. It works with these bags too. I'm going to put these right into the freezer. And once you eat them, just wash the bag, let it dry, do it again. there you have it. That is sauerkraut 2026. That is way more than I would ever eat in a year off of 11 pounds of cabbage. So I'd say that's the max I need to make, for myself and to give away. So I don't know. It's been interesting. Some highs and lows. Some current lows in the garden right now. Really sucks that things die in this heat and that there's been no rain. But there has been no rain. None. So we're hoping for rain as usual. Maybe tomorrow, but I highly doubt it. It'll probably be just like today. But I'm gonna sit here and watch these bubble and listen to them pop as they seal. And hope you enjoyed Inside Uncle Phil's kitchen. Tried to do a little something. So I'm gonna try my hardest to do a fishing video. It's in the works, and thrifting's not over. It's just on hiatus for now. But next week, thrifting, fishing, we'll come up with something. Y'all keep watching. Later.